it's a lot easier to get to the information when people ask you those questions that aren't right along the beaten path.
Pretty much all the workstation development was done in-house. We started our development process early in 1987 and through 1988. Workstation development is a highly interactive development environment focusing on the presentation layer of the system, unlike the mainframe, which focuses on the back-end processing. In the Windows environment, we're able to work with the user and interactively give them quick results, so they have a feeling of getting something in a timely fashion. When a customer calls in, they have the information at their fingertips, regardless if it's customer account information, sending out a new perspective, customer history information, looking up product information or legal information. It is literally at their fingertips, a point and click away.
The power of Windows is that it does have this dynamic data exchange, or DDE, which allows us to really build systems that move data back and forth without having to get down to low-level programming.
Our applications are highly customized and need to be optimized for transaction performance.
It's much better to be able to build several windows to access your information versus having to go into several different systems to get the same information. And it is fun and it's much more user-friendly.
I believe the biggest change we see is in the quality of service that we provide to our customers. Our objective was not to come in and cut the number of reps we had or find some other such efficiency. Again, the real benefit we see is information, and we believe we've really improved the quality of the answers that we give to our clients.
Jim Stoddard and Eileen Guerin are here to show us their application. Hey,
Yes,
Jim.
hi, Bill.
Hi, Eileen. Hi, Bill. So is this application actually in use right now?
Yes, it is. This and 4 other applications are in front of our phone reps. We have 500 phone reps who are using Windows as their primary interface to their system.
And this is a very mission-critical application for you.
Our most mission-critical application. We receive over 100,000 phone calls a day, and this is how we get information through our customer service reps to our clients.
And have you seen the quality go up as you've deployed the system?
We've seen it go up dramatically. The biggest benefit we've received is some tremendous help in the training area. Some of the mainframe systems we've used for years have been very cryptic. They're very difficult to understand. We can have a rep up to speed much quicker because we can describe the application much more completely under Windows.
Well, Microsoft recently moved its 401k plan over to Fidelity, so I'm interested to take a look.
Well, if you can remember
to see how this works.
If you can remember your Social Security number, we'll turn it over to Eileen. And Eileen will help you make some real money.
Okay.
Okay, Bill, all we need to do to start to look at your account is to put in your Social Security number, which I happen to know. Oops. And we have an additional verification criteria here. Your personal ID number, I see, is very timely. And from here, we get your account information. Now, I can see from your balances here that you're pretty heavily loaded in stock funds.
Well, I think it's time to be a little more conservative. Let's say I'm calling you up and I want you to move part of my money, let's say 25%, into one of your money funds.
We can certainly do that. I'll process a 25% exchange out of your Fidelity Magellan Fund into the Fidelity Cash Reserves Fund. Have you read the prospectus? Of course you have.
Now, this is actually the session that the operator would go through if somebody was on the phone with them.
Absolutely. This is the system that the telephone representatives use when you call in to get any information about your 401k account. What we can do now is confirm this exchange. I'm confirming that I'm transferring 25% of your money from the Magellan Fund to Cash Reserves. I'll put in a daytime phone for you, and we'll update that. And your transaction's been successfully updated.
That's very impressive. Are you building other applications on Windows?
We are, Bill. There are about 2,000 phone positions in the company with customer service reps at them, and we expect that within 18 months, every one of them will be running through Windows for all of their applications.
Well, that's super. It looks like we made a good decision. Fantastic.
Thank you, Bill.
Well, there's a lot of things in store in the future for Windows. Windows, as we've seen, can be used in mission-critical applications, but it also is being used by small business in some very innovative ways. And you'll see Microsoft doing some new things to get the message out about how Windows can be used by such a variety of users. One of these starts in June, and it's what we call Windows Discovery Days. It'll visit 24 cities, and it's sponsored by AT&T, Tandy, Intel, and IBM, along with 15 software companies. And here people will be able to come in and see the great applications being developed with Windows. An area of special interest for us is letting people who are disabled have access to computing. And this is particularly important in the Windows environment. And we've worked together with a group called Trace R&D, who specializes in this, to pull together special device drivers. These device drivers are available in our supplemental driver kit, and they allow someone who can't work with the mouse or can't work with multiple keys on the keyboard at the same time to still, by installing these drivers, have full access to the power of Windows. It's very exciting, and I encourage you to take a look at this down at the booth called Minds in Motion down on the floor. The next milestone for us is our end-of-the-year release of Windows 3.1. And we have a lot of important goals for this product. First and foremost, we're going to take all that feedback we've gotten and factor it into literally thousands of improvements in every different area of the product. This is also the release where our approach, which we call open tools, providing every hook that developers have asked us for so they can build great tools on top of Windows, will be fully implemented. And we're already starting to see the benefit of that with the tools that people are writing and are already working on using 3.1. 3.1 is also where the font technology that we work together with Apple on, called TrueType, will be built into the system. Fonts are very confusing today because not only do you have to think about the various sizes that you want to install, but you have to be aware of which devices can accept which fonts. And this TrueType technology eliminates those issues. It's what's called outline scalable fonts that work across all the different devices at different sizes. A key thrust for Microsoft in the years ahead is taking so-called object orientation and building it into all parts of the operating system. Now, this will provide for a level of integration even beyond what we have today. So object linking and embedding, or OLE, which is our shorthand for this capability, will be enhanced quite a bit in Windows 3.1. In particular, all of the built-in applications, such as Paint and Write, will have the OLE facility built into them. And then, of course, there's a lot of things we'll be doing to significantly improve the performance and various usability aspects of the product. Now, we're not totally done, so our PR department didn't really want me to show it, but there's a couple features I just couldn't resist having you take a look at. Well, here it is. I'm sitting here in Windows Write at this moment. You can see I've got a document with a nice little heading there. Now, in the past, you could have altered that by going back to the application you created it in, knowing what the file name is, loading it up, doing your work, and using cut and paste to bring that up to date. But with the power of this object linking, all I have to do is point to the thing I want to change and click twice. And Windows can see from that object what application created it, and it automatically brings us up right in that application. In this case, that's the Paintbrush application. You can see right in the heading it says embedded object. Now that I'm in here, I can take and change this in any way that I please. Put a little red paint in there.